Stefan, aka Max3099, one of our super nomies, asks, what is your favorite video editing program and what would you recommend for a new vlogger? I've been using video editors for a number of years. I remember one of my favorite video editors on the Windows platform was Movie, and that's still around. I don't use it so much anymore because most of the video editing I need to do is less for what Movie is set up to handle. And that is like taking a whole series of videos and photos and mashing them up into a clip that you can send around or post to friends. I've used various services to compile videos, and those have worked well enough. They're easy, and that is my tendency to float towards anything that's going to make my process powerful and simple. So it depends on your platform of choice. You could use an iOS app. My dad loves iMovie on iOS. He loved it on the iPhone, and then I remember he called me up and said, hey, I just tried iMovie on the iPad, and it's better because the screen is bigger and I can see more. And I'm like, that's kind of the idea with the iPad. It's a bigger screen. So my dad does all his vlog editing on iMovie on the iPad, but he used the iPhone. I couldn't do that. When I was using Windows XP, my primary video editor, and I had tried Sony Vegas for a while, never really caught on to the user experience of Sony Vegas. Some people swear by it. There are tons of video editors available, tons of good ones, really. There are, I think, good options, but options that you should learn how to adapt to over time. Start simple. Get the video done. I used Windows Movie Maker and I loved it. I loved Windows Movie Maker. It was simple. It was easy. It worked. And no fancy bells or whistles, but it did what it needed to do. And so I was really happy to hear that Microsoft is starting to work on their own, a reboot of what that program was. I'm very, very excited to see how that turns out. Because for the longest time, there really hasn't been an iMovie equivalent on Windows. Microsoft, I think, is going to change that up. iMovie, it works very well for OS X, but in trying iMovie, and I still have to use it on a regular basis, I was just talking about trying to get a Blackmagic capture card working with my current DV cam or HDMI out possible camera that's streaming this video onto YouTube Live. I have to use iMovie in order to capture video from this device currently, but I've been trying to rework that process, stepping into it, of course. I moved on to using Final Cut Pro 10 or X. I don't know which way they're going with that, but I've tried them all, and they all have benefits and drawbacks. But as a starting point, stay with something that's simple, that gets the job done. If you use a GoPro camera, okay, everybody, it's the Chris Pirillo podcast, verbal typo drinking game. Take a sip of whatever you're drinking right now. Unless camera, can we make up a definition for that word? Prodrenalin is the best software to use, and I'm not just saying that because they do support our community directly. It really is one of the best pieces of software to use to further optimize GoPro recorded video. So if you use a GoPro camera, consider using Prodrenalin. So I'm currently Final Cut Pro 10, iMovie on OS X. On the Windows platform, I'm not doing much video editing because I that's not what I turned to Windows for. But a lot of people like using Premiere. I think it's overkill. Even Final Cut Pro 10, a lot of the features there, I can't even begin to start to use because I've got to layer in how I am able to get my job done. And I'm not a fan of video editing. I hate video editing. I hate it. Why do you think I do so much live video? That's why. So Final Cut Pro 10 is effective. It works. It's fast. It's efficient. And it works for me. But everyone's got their choice. My suggestion is keep trying. Keep it simple. And keep working on it because you will find something that fits you. Not just your budget, but specifically how you choose to edit video. And I wish you the best of luck. And, of course, I hope everybody else is making recommendations for you as well. Everyone's got their favorite. There is no number one. Everyone has their own number one. And we're all different. We all think differently, but that's a good thing.